everyone, and welcome to the fourth episode of the series. In this episode, I was planning on working on mob, the mob farm, but I end up not having the materials to do it, and kind of changing my mind and kind of went to flattening the area. Anyways, I was making the floor for this building here for it, and I guess I AFK'd too long, so the day was wasted pretty much. Anyways, another project I'm going to be working on in this episode is at least getting this chunk cleared up and putting the floor down at least in this area underground. You will see that I leave like a deodite in the ceiling area. That just marks world spawn is. And eventually I do AFK for just a couple minutes to figure out what world the world spawn chunks are. And if I really want to necessarily build the mob farm in the world chunks, which I decided against realistically because that would actually cause some lag for me because too many entities in a small area. I needed to cut down some trees anyways for this part. Now I was trying to figure out where the center is because of the way I was designing this building, at least the ground level of it, that I wanted like put like glowstone down there or some form of lighting there in the center. I also marked the front area of the building too, and went to work on the flattening this area out, even though eventually I'm going to be digging out a lot of this to put cobblestone underneath and then build something on top of that. I just want to make it look nice for now, and also gives me a realistic idea of what I can build in that area. I also was trying to make sure if I had enough area to climb back up if I need to flee from a mob real quickly. I had an idea of what I was doing for right now, and I wasn't using birch for once. And it is coming out very nice down in here. I'm planning on trying to get the flooring done at least. I haven't decided if I really want to do at that point, if I want to do the ceiling quite yet. I was also making sure the area was light up, even though I ended up overdoing it. I just want to be safe and sorry about mobs spawning, because I prefer not to fight the mobs if I don't have to. Anyways, there's stuff being done, and I just realized now maybe an issue one of my issues in the 1.14 world might because of something being built in the world chunks. I can probably make a copy of that world and use MC Editor to delete that building and see how it does, because I will keep the original file separate just to test something, because the 1.14 world that I have been playing on is really laggy. I get at least 2 FPS on that one for some reason. Anyways, that's for me to deal with later. I probably should write this down too. Oh, there's a paper. There's nothing really interesting going on the screen for me to talk about. It's just the same old thing. There we go, that's written down. There we go. An anime that I saw called Another that's made my fear of elevators even worse and give me a new fear of umbrellas. Anyways, at this point I was still planning on building the mob farm at that moment here, but I wasn't totally sure yet, and I didn't have all the material anyways at the moment. I didn't realize that because I wanted to put a layer of cobblestone, and then on top of that, slabs on top of that, so it's not causing mob cap issues there at the top. Anyways, I got some more cobblestone when I'm doing this. And it was just a temporary mob farm anyways, realistically. I might figure out where world spawn chunks are and actually build outside of that just for my computer. It looks like I'm just kind of trying to expand it a little more here. This area right here is just going to be 2x2 chunks here. And I don't know what I'm going to actually use it for. I think this is when I was looking up the world spawn chunks are and how you find them and figure out how large it is. And I also probably got some coffee in the meanwhile because I wanted more coffee. I had a little issue there. I was trying to figure out if that was depth 5 or 6. So when I did the one part to get back to life on the game, I did check it and it was 5. So I can label the one file correctly. got rid of that zombie. Fix that. I will eventually get rid of that little farm there. And I finally will put a crafting bench and stove into the museum chest. I realized I didn't have the material I need to build here, so I went back down, put stuff away, because I don't like having a bunch of stuff in my inventory, even though I have to keep inventory on currently. And was finishing this flooring up as much as I could. Which just requires me going back and forth a little bit. I do need to move that ladder somewhere else, but for right now, it'll stay for another episode. This episode was originally planned to be just me going on the world border area and just seeing what type of terrain did I have in general, biome wise. But I decided to do this in this episode instead. Maybe in the next episode I'll do that. Which is not going to be very interesting because at least not to me it would be. Though this episode is not all that interesting either. I'm just kind of doing some maintaining stuff. Because I'm flattening out the area, I am taking out the stone just above the cobblestone area and placing it with dirt because I am going to flatten the area eventually. Had a little issue with the chickens there. I do have to be careful. There is a chicken farm somewhere nearby. No, if the chickens are go down here, it's not going to be too much of an issue, really, because they're not going to be able to escape out unless I make like some sort of staircase going back up to the surface. Mentioning chicken, I have a story about chickens. My neighbors where I used to live used to keep chickens. This is a really random thing, and it wasn't exactly illegal to have chickens in that zone area, but I didn't snitch on them. Anyways, one of the chickens decided to go over the 6-foot fence into our backyard and get itself torn up by our dog. It was very unfortunate. I felt bad for the chicken. Also, the same neighbors kept bees. I wasn't too fond about the bees because I don't want to get stung more than anything, but I know bees are important for the environment. Also, not very legal in that residential zone to keep bees either because of how close the houses were from each other. Anyways, I was marking up where world spawn is and kind of keeping count of what number of cobblestone I placed down to figure out where world border is, and I add like maybe extra 2 chunks so I know where to build the the mob farm, because at this point I decided to move the mob farm over to that area over there. And I went to the one side of the area to figure it out too, because I didn't have much time left in the game, because I kind of limit the time I played the game because of other things in life. And I got a little lost here because there's so many trees. I did pick up some of the cobblestone and made sure to leave at least a certain number of them, so I kind of know what's going on. Anyways, I do, this is the point where I put stuff away, a lot of stuff away, because I don't like keeping stuff in my inventory. And eventually I do kind of want to put it away anyways between episodes because of past experience in this game. Though that was a previous version that had that issue. I just didn't want to deal with that and lose items. And also experience from multiplayer too. I don't really play multiplayer anymore too much. Anyways, I'm going to end this episode here. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye!